And we are back here at Pool Dog Championship Arena for continuing coverage of the APA World 9-Ball Championship. Ava, it's been a close match thus far. The team of 7 and a Timmaaay has now pulled ahead by 4 team points. They lead 32-28. We're going to see skill level 9 Timothy Heath for the team of 7 and a Timmaaay versus Nicole Brinkman of Burn It Down. She is a skill level 3, so quite a disparity in terms of points needed here. She needs just 25 to Timothy's 75.
Interesting matchup here at this point.
And I believe we were told that Burn It Down put up first in this match, right?
They put
They put Nicole
up,
and 7 and a Timmaaay decided to match with Timothy Heath. I wonder if he goes by Timmaaay. Timmaaay.
So you got a 9 against a 3. That'll be kind of fun shaking it up. So far we've had, well, not exactly level. And we had a 7 and a 4. And before that we had a 6 and a 5. And we had 2 2s. So this will be an interesting matchup all on its own.
Some folks wondering why Jeff Sargent for the team of Burn It Down, fellow skill level 9, is not playing in this match. Had a chance to talk to him on the break, and he said they had a player who had to leave early. I believe that is Robert Cesares, skill level 4, so it affected the way that they match up. We've talked a lot about that over the week, how the matchups work, and so he said that it just didn't work out to where he was going to be able to play this match because of that. So look at there.
There's 2 points
for Nicole. Again, she only needs 25, make that 23. Can't tell me there's not a lot of folks in this room rooting for Nicole here.
And the main thing, too, I mean, you really have to play. If you're a skill level 9, you got to perform like a 9 if you're going to beat a skill level 3. Because, again, 75 points to 25, and you know that the game itself is going to force you, whether you scratch on the break or on a shot, if she leaves you snookered behind something and she gets ball in hand, no shot after the break, sooner or later she's going to get to the table. And he's not a machine. Just because you're 9, you're not a machine, which means that he's going to make mistakes. So 25 points go pretty fast. So he does have to have some break and runs and at least try to control the table, even if he can't run out.
Good hit. Timothy is quite animated, moves around a lot. I was noticing that just as he was kind of observing the match and coaching. He's always moving, moving, moving. Boy, what pressure for Nicole here. Not only do you have all the elements that go with competing in Pool Dog Championship Arena, but you're a 3 matched up against a 9.
Well, see, I think he can squeeze by that 3-ball by just barely. But he's going to play a safety. Got lucky he didn't just touch that 4-ball. That would not have worked out, and it already didn't work out very well. He's left a shot on the 3-ball here. Very, very makeable shot for Nicole. Even as a skill level 3, no question she can make this 3. And then the 4 is right there if she makes it in the corner. The easier shot is making it in the side. But if for position, the corner would be a better choice. But her job is just try to make balls right now, even if it's 1 or 2 at a time.
Are you surprised by this matchup, given the fact that Burn It Down put up Nicole first? Are you surprised they countered with Timothy Heath at a 9?
I am. I would rather have, I probably would have put up a 6 or a 7 if they have that left.
They got Mike Janis as a 7. Of course, they have played. Oh, they've played now. They've played
a 6.
Yeah, they've played a 6. So
I would probably have put up the 7, but maybe he's not real comfortable. He may have just gone up because they've only played him twice. I don't know. Maybe he's not comfortable as a 7. There's so much information on a team behind the scenes too. Is somebody a strong 7 or are they a weaker 7? And Putting up a 9
especially with
against
the
the 3,
lead.
though.
With
Yeah.
the lead is, we'll see how it works out,
Yep,
though. Who
yep.
are we to question? Just kind of a curious decision.
Yeah.
Pockets that 5 in the corner. Trying to look ahead at who's played now here.
And if he just loosens up a little bit, it's like I said, he could pick up 20 points, you know, before you blink, being a skill level 9.
So
Nice. Did you see how he killed the cue ball there? It was supposed to fly around the table as thin as he hit it, but he nice kind of dug in there.
So by putting up Timothy here, if my math is correct, that puts 7 and a Timmaaay at 21 points, means they can only play a skill level 2 if they go 5.
Right.
So you're looking at Lisa Meeks, who's a skill level 2, who has played 2 matches here. You're looking at Laura Contrell, who's a 2, who's played 3 matches here. So looking over the roster for Burn It Down, we've seen a 5, a 7.
He's hoping to get an 18-2. That's what it is. If he can win 18-2 in points here, the match, I believe, is over. They will have 3 wins if he can get to 50.
Yeah, so if Burn It Down can push this somehow to the 5th match,
That's
they
her
should
job.
be in good shape.
Anything about better for her than to pick up the 18-2, then that goes to the 5th, and they could be in
Looks like you'll see most likely a
trouble.
5. Yeah, you'll see a 5 in the 5th match for Burn It Down. But Timothy pockets the 9, picks up 2 more points. Now with a, I don't know if we should call it an 8-2 lead because of the skill level differential, but he has 8 points to Nicole's 2.
Well, she's obviously in the lead right
Right.
now, according to what the race is. But like I said, the potential of explosion by skill level 9, all of a sudden it's 38 before you know it. So we'll see.
The team of 7 and a Timmaaay, they are from Hiram, Georgia. They play out of Hiram Station. The team of Burn It Down, they are from Joliet, Illinois, where they play out of Long Shots. Sure, a lot of folks from both those areas tuning in, watching their fellow league members compete in this championship final. Timothy Heath with the break.
Powerful break, manages to pocket a ball, and perfect position on that 1 ball. How's that? You know, you never know what you're going to get. You want to control the cue ball and leave the cue ball normally somewhere in here. That gives you the best chance of having a shot on the 1 ball afterwards, just controlling that cue ball. The 1 landing right in front of the side doesn't hurt for his chances, obviously, to run out here. The 7 ball, I do believe the 7 is makeable, even though the 9 ball is kind of snuggled up to it a little bit. You can see there it's definitely makeable in the corner.
1 in the side for Timothy Heath.
2, 3, 4, 5 is no problem. As long as the 7 ball goes, he should be out here.
Again, the team of 7 and a Timmaaay, of which Timothy Heath is a member, leading 32-28 in team points. The magic number of 51.
But I believe they have 1.
Yeah, they've won 2 of the 3, so if
So
they
he
were to
would
get to
win here.
50, then
50
he would,
is
yeah,
what
so
all
he,
they
if he gets
need.
to 18.
Yep, 18-2 is what he's looking at.
Looking ahead, that would mean he'd have to keep her to less than 9 points.
And she's already got 2.
I'm sorry, less than 7 points. No. Less than 10 points.
Total.
Yes, if she gets to 10 points, that'd be a 17-3 split, and we would go to a fifth match. So 10 is the magic number to watch for Nicole in terms of forcing a fifth match. You can see she's already at 2. Problem is, with a player like Timothy, could be a while before you see the table, and when you do, he may not leave you much to shoot at. So pockets the 4 in the corner.
He's got a good angle. He shook his head a little bit, but this is just fine because he can draw the cue ball off the 9 to get out for the 8. Normally in the situation, you want to be on the other side so you can kind of float up naturally, but you can easily draw off the 9 as long as you don't draw too much, flirt with the scratch, but he should be in good shape. One thing on the 7-foot table, you don't have to be as perfect as you do on a 9-foot table. No, he just scratched. That's big.
Pockets the 5, but scratches, so the 5 will be a dead ball.
Nicole with ball in hand here.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if they're going to take a timeout. Does she have a timeout? No, she hasn't had a timeout in this rack. I would definitely take a timeout right here.
She hasn't
or at least
shot
ask
yet
her if she wants one.
Although we've seen from Burn It Down, they don't take a lot of timeouts. It's been few and far between.
But this could be 3 points here.
Yeah.
If you work a little bit with where you place the cue ball. There's a big difference between 1 point and 3 points. I mean, not 4 points. Sorry. Yeah.
Jeff
I would
Sargent's
definitely talk
come
about
out
this.
And talk this over with Nicole. Again, for them, that magic number is getting her to at least 10 to force that 5th match, which if they can do it, they'd be throwing a skill level 5 against a skill level 2.
It's just interesting how they match up, again, with the captains, and depending on what numbers you have available. You know, the ultimate is to have as many options as you can possibly have with the 8 players, a full 8-player roster, and have some numbers you can work with. And you've got a good chance at winning anywhere locally or anywhere or anytime here in Las Vegas. It's the teams that have almost all 4s and maybe one higher, one lower. I mean, you can't do that much with it. But if you have the numbers that you want to play and you get one good win, then all of a sudden you can change the matchup like they did here. There you go.
Watch
She
out.
hit it a little too firm. I stopped just in time. Now, she hits that a little bit softer. You know, she had those 4 points. Now, if he did not take that time out, then she may have just put it straight in just to make it, which was fine. But here she had a chance of making some balls. Oh, I thought she was going to make the 9 there.
Almost.
Well, check this leave out, though. I think he might be able to make that 8 ball on the side, but it's a thin cut, and he can't do much with the cue ball. Looks like he might scratch. Somebody get this guy a belt. Oh, there you go.
Going to tighten up that belt a little bit before his shot. Wants to be a little more comfortable there. He reminds me of, do you remember Abram Shade, who we saw at the Pool Player Championship, and he was our U.S. Amateur Championship. Very animated, moves very quickly. Timothy kind of reminds me of Abram.
He's singing a little bit. He's talking to himself.
He's maybe even a little more animated than Abram. Abram just moves around fast. This guy's actually...
I love it.
He's kind of a character. Good to have some characters in the pool world.
You bet. It was a tall order, and he got away with it a bit. No timeout available here, so we'll see. If she tries to make this 8 ball in the corner pocket and hits it thin enough, that cue ball could very easily make the 9. You have to have a thin hit. But it's doable.
Tim's feeling the music
He's
here
singing
in Pool
along,
Dog Championship
dancing.
Arena.
I love this guy.
He knows all the words. He's trying to hurry this along. He's got a date with a karaoke machine tonight. Tim now shooting on the 8 ball.
Uh-oh.
Once
Uh-oh.
again, just
Uh-oh.
too much.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
I wish you guys could see every expression he has. It's pretty priceless.
Of course, both these teams played in the semifinal round starting at 8 o'clock this morning, so been a pressure-packed day for these guys.
You bet.
I know some of them try to alleviate some of that pressure with a beverage or two, but you got to be sure to pace yourself as you go. It'll be a long day.
It's probably the smartest thing he could do if he was on the rail there, and if he just made the 9 ball, cue ball was flying right towards the side pocket. So all he needs to do is just try to make things really difficult, not take any chances with Nicole. Obviously, she could come with a big bank shot, which is usually what threes tend to do. And there it is.
Got it.
Yeah, like
Beautiful.
I said, it's normally what threes do.
2 big points there.
Huge.
2 big points. And that's met with a round of applause here from the folks who have turned out at Pool Dog Championship Arena to take in this championship finale. Even Tim's got a smile about that one.
Yeah, he was just in that weird spot with a 9. He drew it too far back, and he was in that weird la-la land with a 9. I figured he was safe, but...
Nicole will have the break here. Referee preparing the rack.
And Nicole is halfway to what she needs to bring this to a 5th match.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she wants to get past that. You know, that would put them
No,
really
to
close.
bring it,
yeah.
To bring
get
it
to the 5th, yeah.
To bring it to a 5th match. If
be
she
a lot
does
of pressure
not,
on whoever plays that 5th match if that's all she gets.
Yeah. But I mean, if she does not, then it's over in this 4th.
Yeah. Yep, they can force that 5th match. Burn it down. Will be able to throw a 5 against a 2.
Tim and Nicole are having a little conversation here.
You can see the crowd that has assembled here at Pool Dog Championship Arena. Great turnout once again. Every one of these final rounds has been a full house. There we go. Like that guy's energy. Having some fun here in Pool Dog Championship Arena. I think for a lot of the folks who've not been out to our events before, they came down this morning and saw that the tournament room's all torn down and closed off, and we're like, wow.
Yeah,
it goes away quickly. I know we always talk about it. It's kind of sad, but you know, we're also excited to go home to our families and back to more of a normal lifestyle than we've led for the last couple weeks here. Oh, and that is, did she get 4? Well, pockets the 8. Looks for a ruling.
2 balls hit a rail and 1 ball's pocketed. We can't really hear what they're talking about out there right now.
Well, I think
she hit the cue ball twice.
Okay.
We'll have to see. We do not have replay capability.
Of course not.
Capability.
Not in an amateur championship.
No. I figured I'd throw that out there before everybody started asking.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody at home saw it too.
And it looks like the referee's call is going to, well, you talk about the pressure these referees have.
What?
Here's one of those moments.
That's true. There's no foul until that is kind of a
Nope.
that is kind of an amateur rule that we have, that until the rack is struck, no fouls can happen. In other words, and that is to kind of, you'll never see a 7 do it. You'll never see a 9 do it.
Right.
You'll never see a 5 do it. Really, it's usually your 1s or 2s, maybe a 3 that will, as they follow through. So we are more lenient with certain rules because this is an amateur league. This is an amateur event.
Yeah. And when in doubt, the call goes to the shooter.
No, yeah, but I mean, even if the referee did see it happen, that is the correct call. So we have a few rules like that that kind of go into the equalizer. It's kind of same thing if you don't have enough balls to the rail and don't scratch, it doesn't go over to the other shooter. It goes to the same shooter. You get to try it over and over again. So.
I'm going to bring Nicole back to the table. Of course, that break has left quite a cluster down at the far end of the table.
Nice hit,
and
she managed to make a ball. How about that shot, you guys?
Another point for Nicole. It'll take her to 7. Okay, so yeah, they're saying a rack must be struck before a foul can occur. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look at there.
And she has a shot on the 2 ball. This will be a minimum of 3 points in her. Oh no, I spoke again.
2.
See, there's that commentator curse again.
Jinx.
My fault.
Never assume. So Timothy will look to get things going here. Seems like a lot of folks tuning in online are very much rooting for Nicole. But they are also enjoying quite a bit Timothy's mannerisms as he pockets the 2 in the corner.
Well, decisions. He might want to go ahead and just play a defensive shot here. And just kind of roll the 3 ball up, duck the cue ball behind that 9. If he has a chance, I mean, I don't know if he can make that combo, and if he can, it's really close. Well, he pulled it off, but it didn't gain anything by it. Now he's got a really tough safety. Or a bank. Maybe he's going to have to pull a Nicole here and make that bank shot that she made.
Timothy's team leading 32-28 in team points. Still a long way to go for Timothy.
All right, he had a backup plan in mind here. He tried to get some body English, but I don't know. What do you think, Jason? It looks
Looks like she can see it.
not
I
sure
don't know
we
that she
can
can
make
pocket
it.
it, but
Yeah,
it looks like she can see it.
good time to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, Jeff Sargent will come out and give her a coach. While he does that, we'll remind you folks to visit our friends at pooldog.com, our presenting sponsor, helping us to bring you this great coverage of the APA World Pool Championships. Got some special offers and things for our members and our viewers if you go over to their website. And despite the timeout, Nicole does foul there.
She miscued a little bit.
Tim will have ball in hand.
It's one thing out here in Vegas especially, but you should always get in the habit of chalking between every shot anyway. But especially out here in Vegas where it's so dry, it doesn't adhere as much as when there's some humidity in the room. And trust me, there is zero here. I can feel it in my throat. I've been coughing on and off. All right, so here we go. See if he can start something. He needs to hold Nicole to 10, or this will be going into a 5th match.
Oop. Nearly pocketed that 2 in the side. He'll take the 8 ball first and the point. Sorry, he's at the 6 ball. No problem there.
That'll work.
Pockets that 9 in the side, picks up 2 more points. And he will have the break. Referee will prepare the rack. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, we mentioned our friends at Pool Dog, but we've got Action Cues, the official cue of the APA, our friends at Valley Dynamo, and Aramith Billiard Balls, the official pool balls of APA. Thank them for all of their support. Give a shout out to our friends at Nationwide Insurance as well for all the support they provide. And of course, our friends here at the Westgate who have been making our trip out here so enjoyable. Tough to be away from home for a couple of weeks, but they do everything they can to make us feel welcome here. Our home away from home, if you will. It's interesting. As soon as we come out here, Ava, it's like the first couple days, I feel like I've been here for several or a week already because it's like you're so familiar when you get here. It's kind of like you pick up right where you left off.
You know, I think 3 or 4 times in a row I've been here now. I've had the same room.
Yeah.
So it's like,
kind of nice,
oh,
right?
Hi,
yeah.
I'm home.
Yeah. If only we could just leave our luggage.
I know it.
Of course, then I'd have nothing to wear since I pretty much throw my entire closet into 2 suitcases and drag them out here.
Well, it's a long stay.
It is. It's a challenge to keep clean laundry for that long.
Yeah, true. It's been a really good week, though.
Absolutely. We've seen some outstanding championships this week.
Yeah.
Of course, you can watch all of those final matches on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues. You can even go back and watch last year's finals if you're so inclined.
Now, as he's racking the balls, I'm looking at some of the comments. I'm trying to figure out if it's more irritating people whining about sandbagging or claiming that the player stinks. I'm not quite sure which is
Yeah,
more, I guess that's human nature.
I guess.
People cut somebody else down, it makes them feel big and strong and
Yeah, well,
whatever.
they're here. You're not.
He is not an accidental 9, and she is not a 5 sneaking under the radar. This is a 9 and a 3, and they're going to hit some good shots, and they're going to hit some bad shots. A lot of pressure on both players, especially on Tim. So just watch. A lot of the players know Tim. He is, like one of the players said, a legend. No, he is not on drugs. He's not whacked out. He is not crazy. He is fun to watch and just enjoy it. And I think if he gets on a roll here and gets his nerves kind of calmed down a little bit, you're going to get to see some gorgeous pool.
Heather said, these guys are so good they're at home. I like that. That's a good one.
Great line.
That's a good one.
Can I use that line next year?
You can use it this year if the opportunity arises.
Yeah, true. Oh, he doesn't want this to go in. It's not going to go in. That was a good shot. That old hit and stick. So kick shot now for Nicole. And she's going to have a tough way to go here. I would believe they're going to take a timeout. If she hits just short of the side pocket, she's going to have to hit quite a bit of right spin.
You can see her team's waiting to see how she lines up before they decide if they want to use their timeout here. And they are. Jeff Sargent will have the coach once again. The Sarge, as he's called back in Joliet. A lot of folks had hoped that the Sarge and Timmy would meet up, both skill level 9s. It was not in the cards, as we mentioned. The team of Burn It Down had a player that had to leave early. That player was a skill level 4, and it affected the matchups and the skill level cap.
Looking at the 2-railer here. The only thing I don't like about the 2 rails, that's the bottom cushion and side cushion, is that she's going to be shooting jacked up over the 4. Very easy to miscue. I think it would be easier to have her shoot right before the side pocket and with some spin than this is. This is tough. Yeah. All right, another great run-out opportunity here.
Yep, Tim will have ball in hand and a lot of room to work. You can see that $15,000 check there in the background. One of these 2 teams will have their name on that check by the end of the evening. And they will have $15,000 in cash in their hands.
A little bit careless there. He's a bit out of line already on this 2 ball to the 4. Wanted to come up about another 6 inches, so nothing major. I think he can still, run out here. It's not that. It's just, you want to make it as easy on yourself as you can. And I can tell from his tempo that he is a faster player, but when you have this much pressure on you, where you pretty much can't miss, you try to run too much because you need to make so many balls to hers, and now because of that, getting a little bit out of line, the ball never stopped rolling, and he is snookered on the 4.
Trying to find an angle to make good contact with the 4. Looks like we've got a few fashionistas out there again, Ava.
Nice hit. Oh, I thought it was going to go off the 5 ball there for a minute. But he got rewarded. Pays to hit him. That paid off. A little bit of love in there from the pool gods, and she's going to be able to have to kick at this, I believe. No way to hit enough to make it, and she can hit the 4. It's not much of it.
She does get a piece of it.
And there goes the cue ball. Is it going to hang up?
Yeah,
nope.
She's going to scratch in the corner pocket. Timothy will have another ball in hand situation here.
Well, as far as being a referee, whatever your situation is, contact your league operator, and they can look into it. They know your situation a lot better than Jason and I do, that we can't really answer here. So your league operator will be able to help you answer anything, and then they can get you in contact with the national office and go through the right channels. All right.
4-7 combination there.
Yeah, 4 got out too far. Well, that's a tough cut right there. And you got to really let the cue ball loose, which is never a good thing. So he might play a safety behind the 8 and 9. Perfect. And that's what you got to do. You know, if the shot isn't there
right
in the middle of a run, I don't care if you are 9, then just, you know, if there's a safety, grab it. If there's not, then you got to come up with something. But don't be afraid to shoot defensively.
Well, especially when, you know, you've got a 9 playing a 3. I think that the general inclination is you want to keep shooting because you feel like you got a long way to go. But
right.
You got to be patient, right? If the shot's not there, you got to play the safe.
It's about having control of the table.
Yeah.
I don't care if you make them 1 at a time or if you have to play 6 safe, defensive shots in a row. That doesn't matter as long as you're in control of the table. So.
Some folks asking about tables. We have no plans to change the tables anytime soon. We have used a different brand of tables in the past. Of course, back then we had complaints about those tables. So it just goes to show you, I don't know that you're ever going to please everybody with the type of tables that you use. But
no, and the vast majority of our players do play on Valley tables
which is
around
why we
the
use
country.
them here, yeah. Over 90% of our leagues played on Valley Dynamo tables. They are the most common table out there.
Absolutely. You have a lot of rooms with, some players play on 9 foot, 8 foot, 7 foot, either Valleys, Diamonds, or there's other brands, of course, of 7 foot tables. But we've had a great relationship with the people setting up the tables here, so that's really been a treat.
And that's a big thing too, is the vendor that brings them in and their dedication, because those guys are basically working around the clock. We run 20 hours
a day.
20 hours a day, so they're basically there 20 hours a day to handle any table issues. And of course table issues come up. I don't care if it's a Valley table, a Diamond table. I've seen it all. You've got this much pool being played over the course of 10 days. On this many tables, there are bound to be issues that come up that have to be corrected.
Right.
Whether it's leveling or an issue with the rail. I don't care what table you're using, that you're going to run into issues eventually.
Of course.
No issues there, though, for Timothy as he finishes out that rack. And it's a nice round of applause from the fans of 7 and a Timmaaay. This is a tough assignment for him,
Yeah.
You got the underdog, Nicole, and I'm sure those that are impartial here tend to favor the underdog. Timothy knows what a large differential is needed in terms of the points.
And there's no way to know. Did he say, "Here, let me add it. I want to play," or did Stephanie say, "You're going up"?
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I think
You
I heard.
know.
I think I heard from through the grapevine that he lobbied to
Oh,
play
he
in
did
this
lobby.
position.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just what I heard. Again, take it for what it's worth.
So
I
then
didn't-
there's extra pressure
absolutely.
because you said, pick me, pick me. You better, you feel like you
Well,
really
he
need to
realizes
perform.
he's the top player on their team, and it's a chance
Yeah.
to put this away without ever getting to a fifth match.
Yeah.
So,
Well, until it's over, we don't know who was correct here because
Yeah.
you got, especially out in the
yep.
keyboard land, you got people going they were crazy, and then you got other people saying good move. So we'll see, we'll see. But the only way, I think, what they were hoping for, the only way not to bring it into a fifth match was for him to play. You would think, to stop Nicole here at at 10, and if he lets loose, like I said, you never know. Get over the nerves a little bit. First rack nerves. Even the pros, every match I've ever commentated or played on television, I would say 90 to 95%, the first rack has been a nerve wrack.
Sure.
Nobody playing well. It's very rare that you see somebody just step up and just be super comfortable, but get used to the environment and everything else, and we'll see if Tim can put it together.
This match got underway at 2 p.m. Pacific time, so we are just shy of 4 hours into this match. There is no sudden death used here in the final. We're going to let them play out. Folks asking about that. We were pretty sure Nicole was going to pick up those 10 points needed to force a fifth match fairly easily, but she's now been stuck at 8 for a while. Still a long way to go for Timothy Heath, though. Still needs 44 points to her 17.
Going to take an extra look, just making sure that the top 3 balls are frozen there. That's the most important thing you're looking for. You know what's amazing is all the 9-ball racks we've had between this and the. I don't think we've seen a 9 go on the break, have we? Or am I wrong?
I don't think so. I don't think. Oh, in Masters, I think we did actually.
In Masters,
I think we saw
okay.
one in Masters.
But between Masters, this, and the team captain tournament.
Yeah, I think
All right,
I think
so
we saw one in Masters, and that was it.
And that's a good sign of good racking as well
Yeah.
by the referees, I have to say, because if the bottom balls are off or side balls are off just a little bit, that's when the 9-ball really gets some action on it. So
Yeah, I think it was Richard Schmiegel Jr. that had that 9 on the break. The Masters final. I'm not sure who Timothy is conversing with in the audience. Pockets the one in the corner.
and almost it's getting to where he's got the speed down now. That stopped just in time for him to get a shot. If he can get a decent angle on this 4, this table looks kind of laid out pretty.
Pockets the 2 in the corner.
Slow down a little bit. It's got to slow down a little bit, or that 5 is going to get into play. And it did. Just overstroking. He's overstroking. Majority of the times when he gets out of line, it's because he's just coming in a little hot and going too far. And this could be the 2 points that she needs if he doesn't make contact with this 4 ball. But all I can see is a 3-rail kick, and that's not easy here. If you give me the overhead and we'll look at it real quick. And that would be coming down this way. But super difficult shot. If it puts a ton of spin on it, whips around, he might be able to come this way, but that's about it. The 7 ball, I believe, is in the way. Or you can't get around that to come 2 or 3 rails that way. If you can, it's close. We'll see if he can come around this way instead.
Somebody mentioning how payout for this event hasn't changed. That is actually incorrect. The payout goes up for this event each year. The payout for first place has not changed. Reminder that every team that qualifies for the 8-ball or 9-ball World Championship gets $350 when they arrive.
And just that went up $100. It used to be $250. But it's not just that. It's also that. A little conversation there. It was a foul. But it's also on the local level. I mean, you know that there's different cost to play on a local level, and some of that has to do with what the expenses are, where you're located, what the area pays out, and what the expenses are. So it's higher expenses to get here to Vegas. And
yeah, well, a lot of folks say, well, my dues are this and mine are that. And, well, that depends on where you're at in the country and what your league operator does locally in terms of travel assistance to come out here or payouts or prizes. So it really varies quite a bit depending on where you're from in the country. Timothy's turn at the table. He is having a conversation with the referee.
Well, I think he felt that his cue stick is what hit the 9-ball. That's my guess. But the referee is going to make a call, and the call will stand. Oh no, I guess not.
He was meeting with him about the last shot.
Oh, okay. There's no way for us to know what just happened over there. I didn't realize she had just hit, so because we were jabbing, just sitting there talking, you and I.
Chit-chatting, if you will.
Chit-chatting, okay, all right.
Pockets the 4 in the corner. Mr. Heath is definitely an interesting character.
I like him.
We like characters, though.
Characters are fun. As long as they're respectful, as long as they're not.
That is a good caveat.
Yeah, and then, you want to have people, if we're all like robots, and this isn't the pros either, but even in the pros, I miss the days of, of Keith McCready, of Jimmy Reed, of, Mike and Nick Varn. I mean, there were some characters, and even before that with Lou Batera, Machine Gun Lou Batera, and
wow, look at you,
just the
going
personality.
Back,
yeah, I've been around for a while. Try to tell you that.
Pockets the 6 in the corner again. Timothy Heath is a member of 7 in a Timmy. They are from Hiram, Georgia. Their opponents from Joilett, Illinois. They are the team of Burn It Down. Timothy just keeps pocketing balls. Keeping Nicole at 8 points. Eight in the corner. Looks to be in pretty good shape on the 9. Pockets the 9 in the corner.
Very well. All right, so he's starting to kind of get a tempo going here. 41-8. Nicole's been on 8 for quite a while. Super uphill battle for Tim, unless he just runs out to keep her at 8, and that would end the match. We've said it a few times, but it notes pointing out in case somebody just joined us, and that the plan was for Tim to beat her 18-2 or less, and that would end the match in 4 individual matches.
Somebody's asking, does APA drug test? No. I don't even know logistically how that would be possible. Legally, it would not be possible. There are.
Yeah, as soon as we're in the Olympics, we'll
Yeah.
start drug testing. But you know what, though? If you're drug testing, that means you can't even have a beer, you can't have anything. So no, I don't think we're going to do that anytime soon.
Not in an amateur pool league again.
Can we remind you guys too that this is the APA? This is a league for people to have a good time, get out, enjoy yourself, and we'll do some competition too. Can we just point that out again?
Now it is kind
Calm
of
down,
interesting the question about drug testing. I don't know, for those that follow kind of the pro ranks, there was kind of a big story back in December when Mario from I don't know what country he's from, the Netherlands but was supposed to be on Team Europe in the Mosconi Cup and I guess failed a drug test through his federation and had to withdraw.
Right.
And so at certain levels, I don't know that occurs in the United States, but especially in Europe where you've got the federations at the professional level, they do some testing. And one might say, well, what kind of drugs are going to help you at pool? And I believe in his situation, it was something that kind of it was like a beta blocker, almost a control. Now, it's my understanding he's got some health issues that require a certain type of medication.
But we have applied for Olympic status. Okay, we have been denied over and over, and some of these weird strange sports are getting in. But we have tried, and we try every year. We're also in the World Games, which is a big deal. But in order to do that, we had to sign off on, yes, that they can come and do testing at any given moment. The Olympic Committee, the World Games Committee, and therefore they are pretty strict about it. So you get caught, and not only is that going to be embarrassing, and you're going to be out of playing professionally, and that includes, having a beer. You can't have anything, no substance whatsoever. So. Yeah, we're not going to go to that.
Of course, we're here in Las Vegas where marijuana is now legal recreationally. And out of the, 14,000 participants, a few of them may have ventured down to the dispensary.
All right, power for break. There's nothing wrong with that break.
Nope.
3 ball landing right here is the only thing that was wrong with it. We'll see if he can. Well, he's got a bank on the 3. Not a lot of defense, but he's also got the 8 ball hanging. Let me see the overhead here. You can see there's a billiard on potentially on this 8 ball. There's also a good bank shot here if he goes by the 6, because you're going to keep the cue ball here. So he can, then shoot the 4. And he can leave the cue ball kind of on the rail, which will benefit him if he misses and make it a tougher shot for her. I mean, if he makes it, make it a tougher shot for her if he misses it. Kind of a two-way deal here either way. Yes, Ginky. We miss Ginky all the time. Great player out of New York. Super personality, fun. Passed away a few years ago. Nope.
Well, yeah. Don't they have a tournament in his honor each year? Is there
they usually do.
A memorial tournament for him?
Yeah, very much a well-loved player.
You're going to see Nicole Brinkman at the table for the team of Burn It Down. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Nicole.
Uh-huh. And there, ooh, I thought she was going to make the 6 ball there, but she tied him up pretty good, though. Kind of a funky situation he's in. It's tough to see if that 1 ball, the 3 ball is makeable. Obviously a difficult shot.
If you're joining us late, you're seeing coverage of the APA World 9-Ball Championship here in Las Vegas. The 6th and final championship to be decided here. Pool Dog Championship Arena.
Nice shot. Oh, got nothing for it, and this could be trouble here. And as you, that 6-8 is there. This could be 2 points that she needs if he doesn't make contact and get away with something on this 4.
Timothy now needing 30 points to Nicole's 17.
This might be all he has is a masse shot. You aim to miss the entire 7, and then you have the curve, bring it back in. And too much. Boy, did he...
See, that curve, though, was impressive.
Yeah, it was a nice try.
So ball in hand to Nicole. Had somebody ask about another question about sponsorship and whether you can have a sponsor as an amateur player. Yes, you can. In fact, a lot of our U.S. Amateur Championship participants have sponsors there. Now, I mean, it may also be a factor when we look at determining somebody's pro status. If you've got 5 or 6 sponsors and you're, playing in a lot of tournaments and you're cashing, then that, that
yeah,
might be
and I
a
mean, and if your
consideration,
local pool room gives you a few dollars
Sure.
to come out to Vegas, you officially are sponsored.
Right. Well, I've seen teams out here, they've got it on their shirt and
Yeah.
they find a local sponsor. Maybe somebody works at a certain company that throws some money at them to come out here and
Right.
for their trip or something along those lines. So it's definitely encouraged. Nicole getting a coach from her teammate, Jeff Sargent.
And this is what a good coach does. Tell him what, suggest what to do, and then really explain, if this happens, then you do this, and if that doesn't work out, then you do this. So you look at the different scenarios of what can happen here and kind of go through a couple of suggestions just in case. Nice, sweet, quick, concise, and then move on.
Picks up a point there. She's at 9. Again, the magic number to get to a 5th match is 10. Can't quite get it there. Watch
is she going to
out.
scratch? No, just avoided the scratch there. Masse shots are allowed, even at 90 degrees, but most billiard rooms will not allow it, and it's not something unless you are, even if you're a proficient masse shooter, it does tear on the cloth, so it would be something that you would really have to ask your host location about first.
Definitely clear it with the location first.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking if Jeff Sargent had played yet. He has not played and will not play in this match. Mentioned that a little bit earlier. They did have a player that had to return home early. It was a skill level 4, which affected the way they can match up and stay under the 23 rule. Instead, we saw Chris Cook, skill level 7 in the last match. Timothy Heath pockets the 7 in the corner. Good position on the 9. And 2 more points. He now needs 25 to Nicole's 16. Ava, I got to say, pretty impressive showing thus far by Timothy. I mean, she was at 8 pretty quickly there in the match, and he's really held her off for some time now. Should mention, if you're interested in becoming an APA league operator, there's a lot of opportunities still available around the country, markets that don't yet have APA. You can go to our website, poolplayers.com/league operator, get some information there. There's actually a form you can fill out and reach out to us, and our franchise development folks will get back with you, talk about the potential opportunity. And if you're tuning in from overseas, a lot of opportunity internationally with us. If you'd like to bring APA to your country, you know, we have leagues in Canada and Japan. We're currently looking at expanding into India. We've had leagues in in China at one point. I know we've talked to folks from South Korea. A lot of opportunity out there if you're looking to make pool your profession, but you're not quite good enough on the table to do that.
Mm-mm.
Referee preparing the rack. Timothy Heath of the team 7 and a Timmaaay from Hiram, Georgia, will have the break. They play out of Hiram Station back in Georgia. Their opponents, Burn It Down, they are from Joilett, Illinois. And they are currently represented at the table by Nicole Brinkman, who is seated, awaiting her opportunity at the table.
All right, here we go. 24 more points is what he needs. Is that 20? No,
25 for him.
25
16 for
to
her.
1.
Yeah.
25 to 1 to bring it into
To the fifth match.
the fifth match. And the reason I keep saying that is because that's what he is focused on. That is
Sure.
why a 9 went up here
Ooh.
to try to win an 18-2.
Got a ball on the break.
Shot at the 1 as well.
Look like the 5 on the break.
Cue ball being on the rail, though, he's going to have a difficult time getting from the 1 to the 2. He may just going to have to pocket the 1 ball and just take the tougher cut on the 2 ball after that.
Somebody was asking if league operators can play in the league. Sort of. They can play in the league. You know, sometimes they'll hop on a team that's maybe needs a few players and gets them going, but they can't play in any kind of playoff or, you know, higher level tournament situation. So generally their preference is to not to, if they don't have to.
Right.
And Ava, you can't play. Striking Viking is not allowed. But I guess just do Toby or Nikki, do they ever jump on a team if needed? Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
Toby does. Nikki, you know, she's got her horse business, but Toby will do that. But obviously, and so will his son, Colton. But they obviously can't play out in Vegas or any high-level tournaments.
Right.
But they have some fun with a team or help a team out if they really need a player. And Toby's got a night off, but has time to go out and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. So you're seeing another timeout for Burn It Down. Jeff Sargent going to talk this over with Nicole. And while you might be thinking it seems like an early time in the rack for a timeout, what you have to understand is with Timothy Heath, skill level 9, this may very well, especially if she gives him ball in hand, be her only turn at the table this rack.
Exactly.
So he's trying to make sure she gets a good shot on that 1, which is going to be challenging here. Just trying to find the right angle for her.
And again, it's important just to hit it, because if she does make contact and if she doesn't make it, she can at least hope to get lucky and not leave an easy shot here for Tim, or she might be able to snooker him. She's got to hit this. She's accidentally hitting a little spin on it. That worked out, and oh. Some love from the crowd. And some appreciation from Tim, saying good shot. Oh, well, hi, Ava.
Ava says hi to Ava?
Yeah, huh?
Wow.
Good shot there. Came up just beautifully for the 2 ball.
Yeah.
He's yelling at the ball to slow down. Keeps overhitting a lot of them. He hasn't gotten used to this. Well, he has now, I believe, gotten used to the speed of the table, but he was struggling there for a while. Well, overhit it again. See which path he takes here. If he goes 2 rails. 1, 2. He comes up perfectly here for the 4. Nice shot. And he's not taking any time.
Do you remember
He's
what
got somewhere to
score-
go.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember what the score was when she was at 8, what he was at? I mean, he has really turned it on.
I don't know. It was like, yeah.
Really turned it on. I mean, he
sure
started
did.
a little slow, but man, he has held her in check. Just had to kind of get in a groove, and you see it now. Wasting no time, pocketing ball after ball. Great position on the 9 ball. 2 more points. He now needs just 15, and so with that, he technically pulls ahead. She still needs 16 points.
And the players that know him, both
Piercy's gonna
in the
take a-
room and online, it is one of those things where they go, you don't know this guy, you don't know how good he can play.
Right.
And he looks like he is less intimidated by the whole thing, and nerves are gone, and
Yeah.
he's...
Well, he's going to take a quick restroom break, which means we are going to take a quick break. And while we do that, here is a word from our sponsors at pooldog.com.
Las Vegas. Foremost, the ultimate party destination. A place to run wild and leave the routine behind. But for a pool player, it's so much more. Their ultimate goal, their grandest stage, their biggest moment. It's time to take your Vegas fate into your own hands. 1. Compete and win a local qualifier board to advance to a regional event. 2. Once there, be a top finisher in your own skill level tier. 3. Win a trip to Las Vegas to compete in the APA Pool Player Championships. 4. Own your biggest moment on pool's grandest stage. Take your Vegas fate into your own hands today. Realize your Vegas destiny tomorrow.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PullDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PullDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
We come from all walks of life.
Different backgrounds.
Different abilities.
We all have different reasons for doing what we do.
But we're all one.
One love.
One passion. One big family.
We are.
We are
American pool players.
American pool players.
American pool players.
And this is our league.
One ball just to roll off a little bit, so he's going to redo that again.
We are at about the 4.5 hour mark in this match. This has become quite the marathon. Been a little bit of a back and forth battle up until this fourth match.
Well, while he's checking the rack, I'm trying to have a straight face, Jerry, but you do know that new players come in to the league all the time.
I missed the comment.
And he just said, how come when players keep getting better and the 23 rule never changes? So I just thought that was kind of funny. Only because we had the time.
Some discussion here over the rack.
Somebody may have said something about go ahead and just break them, and we have a few keyboard warriors in the crowd as well, so maybe somebody said that, and he said, you know, this is important. This is important. I mean, he needs 15 balls.
Needs to keep her from getting that last point.
Yeah, and if the balls aren't racked correctly, if they're the hair off, then he has every right to go and look at it. That we do as the same as we do in the pros for the finals, because this really, I mean, this matters.
Tim's going to break here.
8
Gets
ball
the 8 on the
goes.
side.
Shot on the 1. Here comes the 3, though, to ruin his day. But I think it might have stopped just in time for him to be able to make it into the side. Yeah, definitely.
Now needs 14 points. And say what you want about, if you want to call them mannerisms, antics, whatever they are. It's been really impressive here, one way or another. I mean, keeping her, again, we talked about the fact she had 8 points very early on, and he's managed to kind of keep her right around that total. The magic number for her being 10 to force that 5th match.
All right, he's going to double check here. And this is one of those that from our angle, it looks like it definitely will go.
And he gives us a shout out here in the booth. I don't know what he said, but rest assured, Tim, we are quite entertained, buddy. Steve, I think there's probably about 7 or 8 gifts we can use out of this match, buddy. Look at that.
That'll work. That'll work.
Not quite, but he does get the 1.
Yeah, but no love here. Getting on this 2 ball. Now he's going to take his time because he needs to make sure that he doesn't leave a shot here. We can't stress how important enough that is for him in this situation. You know, it's one of those two. I mean, he feels like he's at 62-9. You know, I think everybody would be completely in shock if he didn't win the match. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do is keep her at 9. The minute she gets 10 points, now all of a sudden she gets enough points to bring them into a 5th individual match.
Yeah. And what we know from the rosters is that Tim's team would have to throw a 2 against a 5 for Burn It Down. Now that 5 is going to have to be near perfect if they get to the 5th match, but at least they would have a chance.
Exactly.
So, still very interesting scenarios here to play out. Nicole will have another turn at the table. And again, Burn It Down not wasting any time on the timeouts. As we've seen the last several racks, she's basically had maybe a turn at the table each rack, and that's about it. See one of our tournament directors having a conversation with Timothy. I don't know if that's related to the conversation about the rack or exactly what, but just a friendly reminder to keep it classy.
Mm-hmm. Big kick shot here, and no. But how about that little backup safety?
Not so bad.
Back at you, babe.
Not so bad. Even Timothy can appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. He's done that a couple of times here, and this was not just a good safety. This was one heck of a safe right here, as it turned out.
Somebody said 58 points for him to her last one. That seems
Yeah,
close.
that seems
I mean,
like
it's been a clinic ever since she got to that 8-point mark. So if that number's correct, we appreciate that information.
Okay, smart move there, although it's close if she
ball in
can shoot that
hand.
combo. I don't think so, but I don't know. It's going to be close. Don't worry about it. She might play a safety back if she can't make it. See if she can make this combination here. Nope.
Gonna bring Tim back to the table.
Not a very good opportunity here.
Going behind the back.
He's going to try to just hide the cue ball here behind the 7. Wants to freeze it up there. That should be good enough.
Referee will come take a look as she tries to find a path to that 2-ball. Room has become very quiet as this match starts to wind down.
For those who are watching also, 3s and below normally get 2 timeouts. But in tournament play, especially here, only 1 timeout for everyone. Well, she made contact, but no rail.
Yeah, doesn't drive a ball to the rail after contact. So Tim will have ball in hand. Ball in hand and some room to work.
8 points. This will put him right at 70, needing 5 if he gets out here. And it's the key shot is getting on the 4. If he can get down to the other side of the table for the 4-ball, that should be all she wrote. It's not the easiest way to get there, considering where the 7 and 5 are. He may just have to. I definitely wouldn't try to get on the other side. You don't need to. You can have a lot of angle on it because then you can just go up and down for the 5. So you don't have to get too cute on a 7-foot table here.
So the 2 off the 6 into the side.
Yeah, he wanted to get that out of there to make it easier. But I mean, all you really need to do is come down anywhere in here. Because even if it's up this way, you can still cut it in and have an easy path to get to the 5-ball from there.
Three in the corner.
Trying to get too cute. Did he get there? Oh,
He's
beautiful
all right.
shot. Beautiful shot. Nice speed. I kind of deserved a little applause there, but I mean, it was a very risky thing to do.
Yeah.
He just had to come across. But I guess he felt it.
4 in the corner. Looks to be in good shape for a run out here. If you're joining us late, you're seeing coverage of the APA 9-ball World Championship here at Pool Dog Championship Arena in Las Vegas. You're seeing Timothy Heath of the team 7 in a Timmaaay. They're from Hiram, Georgia. And Ava, he is 5 points away from finishing this match.
Yeah, I don't, he's not sharking his opponent here. He's every time he has said something appreciative when she's come with a good shot. He's just, this is his personality. He's trying to pump himself up when he's at the table.
He's having a discussion with his own teammates. Well, I think for him, it's, you know, it's got to be a little tough. I think he realizes that the room is probably not pulling for him, which makes it hard, right? Being the higher skilled player, obviously he's very animated, and I think that's maybe worn on some of the spectators here. But at the end of the day, he's playing some great pool.
Yeah, he is.
All
No,
things
there's
aside,
no question. There's
you
no
know,
question.
He has been very dominant. He now has the break. And he is 5 points away from wrapping this thing up for his team. Make that 4.
And nothing.
No shot on the 1.
Easy kick shot here, though. He can come in here and hit the 1 ball. And if he hits this side of the 1, if he hits the correct side of the 1, he can send that one down the down table, and the cue ball should get stuck there on the 8, and that could leave a snooker.
I thank all the folks that are tuning in all around the country and all around the world. Been a great week here in Las Vegas. Great turnout, not just here at Pool Dog Championship Arena, but online as well. Hope you folks have enjoyed the coverage. A foul there by Timothy Heath. Strikes the 8-ball first.
I said, wait, what are you talking about? That was a foul.
And that'll be ball in hand to Nicole. And here we go, Ava. This point would put us to the 5th match. So again, whoever gets that assignment in the 5th match has a tough order, but this would do it. Her teammates look on. See if they... Yep. I'm going to call a timeout here.
Well, the question is what you want to do here, because she could look to play position to, obviously, to get on the 2. The match is not as far from over, but the number one thing they need right now is for her to bring it into the next. So if he puts too much of an angle on there and she's nervous and she misses, then this is very easily over right now. So even though they would have an incredible uphill battle, at least it would bring it into a 5th match. So I would be careful about making it too complicated. If she could play the 1 ball on the side, if I can get her an overhead, if she could play this 1 ball here on the side, if it goes, she can roll up the cue ball here for the 2. The problem is to put it on an angle, let's say here, and trying to play it here, or doing too much with it could cost them the chance of even going into the next round. And I think this is the correct decision right here. Just make sure she makes it.
And she does. So we will see a 5th match as she hits that 10th point. The next magic number for Nicole is going to be 12. That would change the point split, which at best now would be 17-3. 2 more points, and it'll be 16-4.
Tried making that in the side. Not a bad attempt. But
Now
as
we'll
it
see.
stands right now, he's got enough balls on the table to finish this match out. Only needs 4 points from here. A little tricky getting on the 3 ball here. You see Jason, the 8 ball is in the way, so he's going to have to probably come down, hit this with low, come across. The 6 ball is going to be a tester, so it's definitely not an automatic here for him to get out.
Pockets the 2 in the far corner. Now 3 points away from wrapping up this 4th match.
Let's play the defense there behind the 8. Might as well be safe. Again, this game is about controlling the table, not showboating, trying to run out from everywhere, but just control the situation. Well,
Ball in hand
not a
to
bad
Timothy
effort.
Heath.
Yeah. Here they took their timeout, so she was on her own there and just didn't miss it by that much, but things just looked up for Timmy. He's still got an issue here with this 6 ball. But he only needs the 3. He's got the ball in hand on the 3 ball. 5 is obviously no problem. Question is, does he want to take a chance here and try to tap that 6 ball out of there, or just get perfect on the 5 to get on the 6? He's going to go talk it over a little bit with his team. Not sure what he talked about, but
I think he might have just wanted to get another one of his teammates on camera there.
yeah, there you go. I like that. I'll go with that.
Again, 3 points away from victory. We will see a 5th match.
Not thrilled with how he played that, but he could come across anywhere on the same side of the table where he is now. He's going to have a shot at the 6. Oh, he's shooting the combo.
5 in the corner.
Yeah, that looks good. 6-9 combo looks good.
He wants to finish it in style. And he does.
There you go.
6-9 combo. Timothy Heath is your winner in this match. We will see a 5th and final match here in just a moment. We'll have to see who the teams choose to put up here. And whoever it is for Burn It Down is going to have a tough assignment. So we're going to take a quick break while the players regroup. And while we do that, I want to hear a word from our sponsors at PoolDog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PoolDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PoolDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.